Welcome to this presentation on using Creative Commons and open educational resources. In today's digital age, understanding the rights and responsibilities around the use and creation of educational materials is more crucial than ever. This presentation is designed to guide you through the essentials of Creative Commons and open educational resources, empowering you to leverage these tools for your teaching, learning, or creative projects. We'll start with an overview of what is Creative Commons, where we'll explore the foundational ideas behind this global movement that's making knowledge and creativity more accessible to everyone. Next, we'll dive into copyright law, providing a clear understanding of how it affects the creation and use of content, and why Creative Commons is such a valuable tool in navigating these legal frameworks. After that, we'll move on to understanding Creative Commons licenses and public domain tools, where you'll learn about the different types of Creative Commons licenses and how they can be used to share and protect your work. We'll also cover understanding collections and derivative works, helping you distinguish between these two important concepts and how they relate to the use of Creative Commons licenses. Finally, we'll wrap up with open educational resources, creating and using OER. Here we'll discuss the incredible potential of OERs in education, including how to create your own and effectively incorporate them into your teaching or learning environment. I'm Marsha Wilson Wood, educator, instructional designer, and quality matters coordinator, and I will be your guide through this video. Whether you're an educator, student, or content creator, this presentation will equip you with the knowledge and tools to confidently navigate the world of open resources and Creative Commons. Let's get started. In this portion, we'll explore the origins and impact of Creative Commons, CC. Let's start by understanding the fundamental tension the creators of CC aim to resolve. Traditional copyright protection was designed to secure creators' rights, but it often became too restrictive, limiting the ability to share, use, and build upon creative works. The creators of Creative Commons saw the need for a more flexible system, one that fosters collaboration and sharing while still allowing creators to retain certain rights. CC licenses were developed as a solution, providing a way for creators to grant permissions up front, making it easier for others to legally share, use, and remix their works. Now let's discuss the Sonny Bono Copyright Term Extension Act, also known as the Mickey Mouse Protection Act. Signed into law in 1998, this act extended the term of copyright protection in the U.S. by 20 years. For works created by individuals, copyright now lasts for the life of the author plus 70 years. For works made for hire, it lasts for 95 years from publication or 120 years from creation, whichever is shorter. The act sparked controversy and faced criticism for benefiting large corporations at the expense of the public domain. By extending the copyright term, fewer works would enter the public domain, limiting access to creative content that could otherwise be freely used by the public. The Eldred versus Ashcroft case in 2003 was a landmark Supreme Court case challenging the constitutionality of the Sonny Bono Copyright Term Extension Act. Eric Eldred, a strong advocate for the public domain, argued that the act violated the U.S. Constitution's limited times clause by excessively extending copyright terms. However, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Ashcroft, upholding the act. This decision had far reaching implications, ensuring that copyright terms would remain extended and delaying the availability of many works in the public domain for decades. So, what exactly is Creative Commons? CC is a nonprofit organization that offers free, legally sound tools for creators to license their work. These licenses enable creators to communicate which rights they reserve and which they waive for the benefit of others. CC's mission is to expand the commons, the body of creative, cultural, educational, and scientific content that is freely available for legal use, sharing, repurposing, and remixing. By using CC licenses, creators can contribute to a global pool of resources that can be accessed and utilized by everyone. Creative Commons licenses are designed with a clear goal in mind to help creators share their work with the public under the terms they choose. These licenses provide a flexible range of protections and freedoms for authors, artists, and educators, promoting sharing and collaboration while ensuring that creators receive proper credit and maintain some control over how their work is used. CC licenses are a key component of the open access movement, making it easier for creative works to be distributed and accessed legally. This helps to democratize access to knowledge and culture, ensuring that more people can benefit from the creativity of others. The impact of Creative Commons is evident in the sheer number of works available under its licenses. Today, there are millions of works licensed under CC, including academic articles, music, videos, photos, and more. In fact, as of the latest data, there are over 1.4 billion works licensed under Creative Commons. These works are used in a wide range of contexts, from educational resources to cultural projects and scientific research, demonstrating the growing acceptance and use of open licensing by creators worldwide. Finally, let's talk about how you can get involved with Creative Commons and the CC Global Network. By joining the CC Global Network, you can connect with other advocates, participate in local and global events, and collaborate on projects. You can also contribute to CC projects by helping to develop tools, resources, and educational materials. Promoting CC licensing is another great way to get involved, educate others about the benefits of CC licenses, and encourage their use. Additionally, you can share your own work by licensing it under a CC license and sharing it with the global community. Lastly, you can support Creative Commons by donating to help further their mission and activities. Next, we'll explore the fascinating world of copyright and uncover what copyright is all about, why it matters, and how it impacts both creators and consumers. Copyright exists to encourage creativity by giving creators control over their works. Imagine if you wrote a book or composed music. Copyright ensures you benefit from your efforts. It's not just about protecting rights, it's about striking a balance between creators and the public, promoting a vibrant cultural landscape. So, what can be copyrighted? Think of things like books, music, and artwork, tangible expressions of creativity. But ideas alone aren't enough. It's like having a great recipe in your head. Until you write it down, it's not protected. Copyright focuses on the expression, not the underlying idea. Copyright is just one piece of the intellectual property puzzle. We also have patents, which cover inventions, and trademarks for branding. Each serves a unique purpose. While copyright protects how ideas are expressed, patents cover the ideas themselves. It's fascinating how these elements work together to safeguard creativity and innovation. The beauty of a copyright, it's automatic. As soon as you create something original and tangible, you own the copyright. No need to register it, though doing so can give you some added legal benefits, like the ability to sue if someone uses your work without permission. It's your creation, and copyright is there to protect it. Let's talk about the public domain, a treasure trove of creative works available for everyone to use. Works enter the public domain when copyright expires or if the creator dedicates them to the public. Think of it as a gift to society, enriching our culture and providing inspiration for new creations. Copyright isn't absolute. There are exceptions. Fair use is one of them, allowing limited use of works for purposes like education and commentary. Imagine being able to quote a book in a research paper. That's fair use in action. These exceptions ensure copyright law remains flexible and supports learning and creativity. To wrap up, copyright plays a crucial role in fostering innovation and creativity. It protects creators while allowing for cultural exchange. Remember, respecting copyright is essential. Attributing sources and understanding these laws helps maintain a vibrant, creative world. Next, we will discuss understanding Creative Commons licenses and public domain tools. I'm excited to share how these tools can enhance our institutional work. The purpose of this presentation is to provide an overview of Creative Commons licenses and public domain tools and to explain how they can benefit our institutional work. Understanding these tools is crucial for increasing access to educational resources, promoting collaboration, and ensuring legal sharing of materials. Creative Commons licenses are composed of three layers: the legal code, the human readable summary, and the machine readable metadata. The legal code is the full text of the license that is legally binding. The human readable layer provides a simple explanation of the license, making it easier to understand. Finally, the machine readable layer is metadata that software systems can use to facilitate content discovery and use. There are four key elements of Creative Commons licenses. Attribution, or BY, requires users to give credit to the creator. Share alike, or SA, allows adaptations but requires that they be shared under the same terms. Non commercial, or NC, means the work can only be used for non commercial purposes. No derivatives, or ND, prohibits users from making any changes or adaptations to the original work. The six creative licenses combine these elements in different ways. CC BY allows any use as long as the attribution is given. CC BY SA allows adaptations with the same license. CC BY ND allows redistribution without changes. CC BY NC allows non-commercial use with attribution. CC BY NC SA allows non-commercial use and adaptations under the same license. CC BY NC ND allows non-commercial use without adaptations. Creative Commons also provides public domain tools. CC0, or the public domain dedication, allows creators to waive all rights to the work, making it freely available to anyone. The public domain mark is used to label works that are already free of known copyright restrictions, often because they are old enough to have entered the public domain. The key difference between CC licenses and public domain tools is that CC licenses retain some rights while granting specific permissions, allowing creators to control how their work is used. Public domain tools, on the other hand, completely relinquish copyright claims, allowing for unrestricted use by anyone for any purpose. CC licenses can be extremely useful in our institutional work. For educational resources, they enable us to share and adapt teaching materials, fostering collaboration among educators and students. In research, CC licenses allow for a broader dissemination and impact of our findings. For media and content creation, these licenses facilitate collaborative projects by ensuring that contributions can be freely shared and adapted. Public domain tools are particularly useful for archival projects, making historical documents and resources widely accessible. They also support open access initiatives, encouraging the free exchange of knowledge by providing unrestricted access to important works. By using these tools, we can enhance the accessibility and utility of our collections. Exceptions and limitations to copyright, such as fair use, permit limited use of copyrighted works without permission for purposes like criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Other exceptions, such as the Teach Act in Section 108, provide specific allowances for educational, research, and library activities. Understanding these exceptions can help us navigate the legal landscape of copyright. Fair use and other exceptions interact with CC licenses and allow certain uses without violating the license terms. For instance, an educator can use a CC license work under fair use without needing additional permissions. By implementing institutional policies that incorporate these best practices, we can maximize the benefits of using CC licenses and public domain tools while ensuring compliance with legal standards. Let's look at some examples of how CC licenses and public domain tools have been used successfully. In one case, a university used CC licenses to share and adapt online course materials, enhancing access to education. In another example, a digital library project applied the public domain mark to its historical text, making them freely available to researchers and the public. These case studies illustrate the practical benefits of open licensing. To recap, we have discussed the layers and elements of Creative Commons licenses, the differences between CC licenses and public domain tools, and how these tools can be applied to our institutional work. I encourage all of you to explore and adopt these licenses and tools to promote open access and collaboration within our institutions. In our next section, we will discuss Creative Commons, understanding collections and derivative works, through an overview of licensing considerations for collections, remixes, adapted works, and derivative works. Let's get started. Creative Commons licenses provide a standardized way for content creators to grant permission for others to use their work. These licenses help specify permissions for use, sharing, and adaptation, making it easier to share and build upon creative content legally. Understanding these licenses is essential for educators, researchers, artists, and anyone who frequently uses or shares creative content. A collection is an assembly of separate and independent works into a collective whole. For example, an anthology of poems by various authors, a music playlist featuring songs from different artists, or a database containing research papers from various sources. Each work is in a collection is distinct and retains its independence. When it comes to licensing collections, each individual work within the collection retains its original license. However, the collection as a whole can be given a new license. It's important to assure that the licenses of the individual works are compatible with how you intend to use and distribute the collection. For instance, you cannot include a work licensed as non commercial in a collection that you plan to sell. A remix is a new version of a work created by altering or combining the original work with other materials. Examples of remixes include a remix of a song with added instruments or altered tempo, or a video mashup combining clips from different movies or TV shows. Remixes can add new dimensions and creativity to the individual works. The license of the original work dictates whether and how you can make remixes. For instance, no derivatives or ND licenses do not permit modifications. Any remix must comply with the original terms of the license. If the original work has a share alike license, the remix must be licensed under identical terms. Additionally, proper credit must be given to the original creators and changes should be indicated. Adapted works, also known as adaptations, involve modifying an original work to fit a new context or medium. Examples include translating a book into another language or turning a novel into a screenplay for a movie. Adaptations allow original works to reach new audiences and contexts. The license of the original work dictates whether and how you can make adaptations, just as with any collection. Derivative works are new creations based on or incorporating elements of an existing work. Examples include a sequel to a novel or film, or a new artwork inspired by an existing piece of art. Derivative works build upon the original, often adding new layers of creativity and interpretation. The license of the original work dictates whether and how you can create derivative works, just as in any other collection. Here are some practical tips for using Creative Commons licenses. Always give proper credit to the original creator, including the title of the work, the name of the creator, a link to the source, and the type of CC license. Ensure that licenses of the works you are combining are compatible. Use tools like the Creative Commons License Chooser to find the appropriate license for your work. Make sure you understand and comply with the specific requirements of the license. When in doubt, consult the Creative Commons FAQ. To conclude, collections involve assembling independent works while retaining their original licenses. Remixes, adapted works, and derivative works involve modifying existing works and must adhere to the original license terms. Using Creative Commons licenses responsibly allows us to share and build upon works legally and ethically, sponsoring a culture of open sharing and collaboration. Thank you for your attention. Our final section is creating and using open educational resources, or OER. We'll explore how OER can transform education by making learning materials more accessible and adaptable to diverse needs. Open Educational Resources, or OER, are materials that anyone can freely use, modify, and distribute. They include a wide range of resources such as textbooks, lesson plans, quizzes, and even entire courses. The key feature of OER is their open license, which grants users the flexibility to adapt content to fit their needs. The benefits of OER are numerous. First, they offer significant cost savings since they are free to use, which can help reduce the financial burden on students. OER are also incredibly flexible. Educators can modify and adapt the materials to suit their teaching styles and the specific needs of their students. Additionally, OER promote accessibility and equity in education by making high-quality resources available to all. Lastly, they encourage collaboration among educators, fostering a culture of sharing and innovation. Creative and using OER involves several steps. First, identify the specific needs of your students or institution and determine what resources can address those needs. Next, explore existing OER repositories such as OER Commons, Merlot, or OpenStax, to name a few, to find materials that can be adapted. If existing resources don't fully meet your needs, you can create new materials. Be sure to license your work using an open license like Creative Commons to allow others to use and adapt it. Finally, Share your OER through various repositories and networks to contribute to the global community of educators. In conclusion, open educational resources provide a powerful tool to enhance education by offering flexible, accessible, and cost effective resources. I encourage you to explore OER today and consider how you can contribute to the open education movement. Together, we can make education more equitable and accessible for everyone. As we come to the end of this presentation on using Creative Commons and open educational resources, I hope you now feel a bit more confident in navigating the landscape of open content. We've explored the core principles of Creative Commons and how it serves as a powerful tool to share and protect creativity. You've gained insights into the complexities of copyright law and how Creative Commons licenses offer a flexible approach to content sharing while respecting these legal frameworks. We also took a closer look at understanding Creative Commons licenses and public domain tools, ensuring you know how to select the right license for your work or identify when content is free to use without restriction. Understanding the differences between collections and derivative works has further deepened your ability to use and remix content in ways that are both legal and ethical. Finally, we dove into the world of open educational resources, learning how to create, use, and share OERs to enhance educational experiences while fostering a collaboration of openness and collaboration. The knowledge you gained here opens up new possibilities for teaching, learning, and creating. You're now equipped to not only use these resources responsibly, but also to contribute the growing global movement of open knowledge. As your next steps, I encourage you to explore Creative Commons further. Experiment with creative and sharing your own open resources, and consider how you can incorporate these practices into your own work. Together, we can make education more accessible, equitable, and innovative. Thank you for joining this journey into the world of Creative Commons and open educational resources. Let's continue to build a future where knowledge and creativity are shared openly for the benefit of all. Check out the resource list in the description of the video in YouTube.